Woo, 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 woo. It's your boy. Go up, see Spaceship Oasis the Incredible, back with another edition of In This Corner, my WWE Raw recap for September 9th. Is it the 9th? It's the 9th, 2024. How's everybody feeling? How's everybody doing? I'm happy to be here this evening. I've been doing a lot of work. You know, wrestling's tough for me because I'm such a wrestling fan, but I be having to do other shit while I'm watching wrestling. And so I don't necessarily talk about the play-by-play and all the matches that go on. But I try to at least get the gist of it. So it was a good show today. It was a pretty good show today. A lot better than last week. I don't even know how many matches we got, but the matches seemed pretty full. This was, I think, the season premiere of Raw. And they were actually discussing, and they mentioned it, that Raw's going to go back to 2 hours. That's interesting. I'm not mad at it because I get tired of all the segments, the commercials, and all that shit. Like, I don't need all that. Or give me some story with it. And I see them building story. I see them getting their thing together. What's up, Mary? How you feeling? So I'm interested to see them going back to 2 hours. I'm really interested, of course, to see how they're going to get on Netflix. I need somebody's Netflix account in January because I ain't got Netflix. But like I said, it was a pretty decent show. My least favorite wrestler of all times returned. I'm sorry, y'all. I am not a Natty fan. And Natty reminded me why I'm not a fan of her. She's over the top to me. Like, even at the end of the match, she, come here. And then I'm sorry. I was hogging the spotlight. Like, shut up, Natty. God, go, like, whatever you do, you do. Not a fan. Calm down. Calm out there, Natty. But they were from Calgary. And, I love you, Mary. And you know, I knew when Zelina and Lyra had the mystery partner, I knew who it was going to be because she did the voiceover a couple weeks ago for somebody. I can't remember who. And I was like, oh, she must have resigned. But let's go ahead and start the show. People, and I'm in this group. I be in this group and I be seeing wrestling fans and I'm in other chats and stuff and people be talking about Joe Tessitore. I'm going to say this now. I'm not mad at him. Oh, okay. Got you. But I'm not mad at him. I don't think he's that bad. Like, I don't think he's bad at all. I think he's new. And it amazes me how much we are so critical of people. And this is only his second show. This is only his freaking second show. I don't get that. Why are y'all tripping? But it was him and Wade Barrett again. I didn't like Wade when he first started commentating. And of course, selfishly, I wanted Wade to wrestle. Don't know why Wade's not wrestling. But I think Wade might be getting ready to wrestle again. We'll talk about that as well. So we started off with the street fight. American Made versus the Wyatts. Where's my fan? And I love this match. It was a street fight. Uncle Howdy did not wrestle. It was Eric. It was Loomis. It was Gacy. It was Nikki Cross. I agree with that. And tonight's match let me realize why they put these guys together. They can do some wild shit together. All the Wyatts love pain. All of those Wyatts are fearless. And I think also the star of this match to me, just because this is what I was picking up, was the resurgence of Nikki Cross. I think we forget how good Nikki is. She had that horrible superhero gimmick. And she was gone getting her master's degree, I think, or something like that. And so people gotta understand, she wasn't not wrestling because she didn't want to wrestle. She had something bigger in mind. And I understand. I'm getting my master's degree right now. I can't do the same shit I used to do while I'm in school. Like when I get off of here tonight, I'm gonna do some more schoolwork, and that's just how it goes. But this was a fun match. I really liked it. Rowan got powerbombed through the table, which was a great spot. I love that they're not treating them as some extraterrestrial type wrestlers. They're letting them wrestle. They're letting them have fun while they're wrestling. There was a spot where American Made or the Creeds clothesline Rowan over the top rope. Chad Gable caught him on the outside and hit him with a German. That was fire. That was fire to me. That was a great spot. We had an angle slam off the top rope by Gable. I mean, Gable has put me in good stuff. And I love WWE because, and I've heard these complaints. I think the Attitude Era got us spoiled, right? Of seeing the champion wrestle every week. And I think what Triple H is doing is going back to before that time when our undercard wrestled and held it down. And the main champions don't have to wrestle every fucking week. Because if the main champion is wrestling every week, what competition are they going to have? When does it feel like a big fight feel? And I like that Gunther and Breaker's not wrestling. I like that we seeing Chad Gable being highlighted. We get Wyatt Six get developed. The Creeds are getting in there. Ivy Nile is getting in there. Ivy Nile was hitting the shit out of Gacy with that kendo stick. You heard me? I was like, ding. The match was real reckless. I liked it. It looked like a street fight. It felt like a street fight. And I started thinking like AEW and WWE is trying to just get more and more reckless. I see people. Let these people wrestle. I have not seen All Out. I have not seen the Swerve Hangman match. I will be watching that. I may watch it tonight while I'm doing my schoolwork. I want to see that. I want to see Brian and Jack Perry. Wrestling is getting really, really harsh lately. And I'm not mad at it. I'm a wrestling fan, right? So I love wrestling. I love when they give me that shock value. I'm not scared of it. It's wrestling. And I'm, Pete Dunne with the finger joint thing, the finger manipulation. That looked like it really hurts. Hold on, y'all. That looked like it really hurt. And I'm not mad that it looked like it really hurt. What else happened? Okay. So, and I said the Wyatts was full of underrated wrestlers. They're full of underrated wrestlers. Rowan, good wrestler. Gacy, good wrestler. Loomis, good wrestler. Bo Dallas, good wrestler. Nikki Cross, good wrestler. These are good wrestlers that now is going to get the time and they have the gimmick behind them to push them, and they won't be bored. Next, we had an announcement of Rhea versus Liv at Bad Blood, but it's not in Hell in a Cell yet. I don't know if they don't want to put two Raw matches in Hell in a Cell, but there's nothing over in on SmackDown side unless Roman comes back this week and they put Roman versus Solo in Hell in a Cell. And I don't think they need to do that because Solo don't need to beat Roman in Hell in a Cell. Roman is not going to win yet, y'all. I'm just be honest. If he wins, Bloodline's over. It's over. It's done. Unless The Rock come out. So I would have put Rhea and Liv. I would have put Punk and McIntyre. Both of them Hell in a Cell. Finn comes out. I like this Finn. This is the Finn. This is my Prince Devitt. This is NXT Finn. And Finn said it like, dude, you put me in the back burner like I was a sidekick. Fucking Finn Balor. Finn Balor is nobody's sidekick. And I see that, like with the Karrion Kross thing. I'm going to talk about the Karrion Kross thing. I don't see Xavier Woods joining him because Xavier Woods is bigger on the totem pole or higher on the totem pole than Karrion Kross. Why would Xavier Woods join Karrion Kross to become a sidekick? To become a lackey? He's not going to be his muscle. Karrion Kross is the muscle. So I like Finn being that guy. And so Priest comes, he calls Priest out. Priest comes, power walking. And he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up, bro. It's GG's. But Finn like, dog, you know better than that. So then here comes Judgment Day. Priest gets the upper hand until they chop block him. Oh no, Finn jumps on him, then all of them just rabid dogs. Here come Mommy still with the crutch and the knee. And Liv tried to jump her from behind, but eventually they do get her. I like how she was looking at Dom and came behind with the crutch. Smart. About time. You feel me? About time. Somebody just get smart. But then she got chop blocked. Rhea got chop blocked, and they beat them down. And I need to see Judgment Day beating them down. I need to see Judgment Day more serious. I don't want to see Judgment Day like to remind me of the hyenas from Lion King. I want them to be like, fuck, here they come again. I'm not scared of Judgment Day yet, but I think if Finn goes back into his Prince Devitt bag, and I saw a little bit of Carlito getting a little bit more serious tonight. I like that. JD McDonough. Dom is Dom. Dom has heat, period. And Liv got heat, period. But I like what they did with the Judgment Day. And we had in the show, we had interviews with Bron Breakker with all of the competitors from the tag match. It's an ant. It's an ant. Where you coming from, ant? Get back, ant. Hit the road, ant. I don't like no ants. So Bron first was with Braun Strowman. I said, ooh, but I knew Braun wasn't going to win because Bronson Reed don't have COVID no more, so I already knew Braun wasn't going to win. I thought Ilya might win. I said that at the early. I didn't think Jay was going to win. Then they set up Braun versus Ilya. Was it Braun, Ilya, and Jay? And then he talked to Dunn too. So I like, once again, and Bron Breakker is getting into his bag now. Bron Breakker is getting to a place where he's getting more comfortable doing promos, which is making him stronger. And I like the growth, and I like what I see out of him. Next, we had the Unholy Union versus Bianca and Jade for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. The Unholy Union are getting better. And what pisses me off about this is when they were champions, they weren't wrestling that much. Now, since they've been losing, or this last month, they've been giving them matches. Now, I felt like this was the first time tonight the crowd was actually reacting to them. They have some good moves. They have some good spots. But if you don't see them enough, it's kind of like Apollo Crews, right? Apollo Crews could be the shit, but he don't wrestle enough. And so the Unholy Union, after they won the titles, they didn't wrestle. Like, you had them not wrestling like they were a Gunther, like they was an Orton or Cody or somebody. No, this is Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. They need to be wrestling more and more and more. Just like Jade is, and Jade is getting better. And this match, when I was watching this match, I said it's just so much different how Raw looks than SmackDown. And I think Raw fits Jade Cargill a lot better. I'm happy she's the champion so she can get that Raw exposure. And I miss Bianca. I miss Bianca on Raw. But these ladies had a great match. I'm tired of seeing Bianca as the face in peril, right? I want to see Jade get beat up. I want Bianca to get Bianca has to teach Jade how to do a hot tag, right? You can't just have Jade always doing the hot tags and then the same power slams, the pump kick, screaming and shit. I need a little bit more than that. But Jade had a great when Isla and Alba hit their finisher. I was like, it was very close, and Jade wasn't in the shot. I said, oh, and I knew they wasn't gonna win. But it gave me a little bit of doubt right there. Jade had a very good breakup. Their finisher, Jade and Bianca's finisher, is getting crispier. I think they know what they want to do, but it's just Jade came in hot tag, hit the pump kick, leg was hurt. She put her in a position. It's getting there, but it's not there yet. And because it's not there yet, I'm wondering, are they going to keep them? I wouldn't break them up. I wouldn't break them up for a WrestleMania match. Nope. I would have them fight somebody big for the tag titles. I would put those tag titles on Jade and Bianca versus Charlotte and Bayley, or Charlotte and Becky. Ooh, that would be a nice, because you got so much other shit going on. You got so much other shit going on. Why not? You don't need to break them up yet. Let them win, let them lose, let them break up at WrestleMania. But I wouldn't break them up beforehand. It's too soon. Because you can still do a Rhea versus who? I don't know. You can do Rhea versus somebody else. I can see a Rhea versus somebody else. I can see a Tiffany Stratton versus a Roxy, or Tiffany versus somebody else. Bayley. You know, you don't need to break them up. Raw needs some more women, though, because y'all women suck, though. Then, oh my God, I saw LWO and Judgment Day promo. I'm like, again, like, stop. And at this time, I'm like, there's not enough wrestlers on Raw. I don't want to see the same wrestlers. I don't want to see the LWO fight the Judgment. Who else on Raw? Who else is there on Raw besides the New Day, Drew, Punk, Seth Gone, Bronson Braun, like Uso? We don't like. Give me another tag team. Is there me? Truth or off? We don't have enough wrestlers on Raw. But then they set up Ray versus Finn. I was like, okay, I like that. I fucks with them. I fucks with Ray versus Finn. I think that would be a good match. I thought that would be a solid match. And then we have Bret Hart. Bret Hart comes out. At this time, we had 2 promos and 2 matches so far. We're going to have 2 matches so far. But Bret Hart comes out. I did not know where this was going to lead to. I thought he was going to bring out Natalya or some shit. But they announced that Survivor Series is going to be in Vancouver. And then Gunther comes out. And Gunther is an asshole. Gunther says, Gunther says that his favorite wrestler is Bill Goldberg. That was major heat, bro. That was funny as like, no, you didn't. Like, Gunther told this man his favorite. I was like, whoa, like, and if you know, you know, right? Bret Hart hates Bill Goldberg more than anybody, any other wrestler. More than Shawn Michaels, more than Hulk Hogan. Because he blames Bill Goldberg for his retirement. And then Sammy comes out. Sammy challenges Gunther again. And I know we're going to get the match, but Gunther says no. And I'm like, Gunther's scared of losing again to Sammy. And they built this up. Bret Hart calls him a coward. He tries to come. Sammy blocks Gunther. Now, this is crazy to me. Sammy's standing up for Gunther like he can go pound for pound with Gunther. That was really weird to me. But Sammy's not a punk. Sammy ain't never been a punk. He's never scared. So we're going to get that match at Bad Blood. We should get that match at Bad Blood. And now I'm starting to wonder what the Survivor Series is going to look like. Because I'm one for long storytelling. If we're going to get a pay-per-view every month, I don't see Gunther just beating Sammy and going to somebody else, unless he goes to a Punk or a Drew after, for Survivor Series, which could happen. We could have a Gunther versus Punk match. Is Punk ready to lose 2 matches that quick? Because Gunther ain't losing. But we'll see. And then you have the Peter Dunne and Braun Breaker segment. And then Sheamus comes out, beats up Peter Dunne. So I like the intertwining. But I probably would have kept Dunne and Sheamus together and let them fight for the tag title. Like I say, there's nobody in the tag division on Raw. There's not enough people. And then you had Dominic versus Dragon Lee. I'm so tired of this. But the thing is, we haven't seen them wrestle since NXT for the North American Championship. But it's LWO versus Judgment Day. I like that Ilya said something about Judgment Day tonight, right? Like, put him in the mix. Let him fight somebody. Let him get a win or get a big feud. Now, since he's not going to be fighting Braun Breaker. But Dom won with the frog splash. Since Dom been with Liv, he's probably had more wins than when he was with Rhea. Dom has had more wins with Liv than he has with when he was with Rhea. It just feels like that. He done beat his daddy. He beat Dragon Lee. He winning matches. Like, Dom just has this confidence now, and I like the pairing now. I like the pairing. I see what's going on. And Liv is getting to her bag. Liv has always been like this creepy face to me, but now she's this creepy heel, and I think she's finally it's working. It's working. It's good. Dom got the win. Then you had the tribute to Johnny Gordeau, the hockey player that was in a car accident. That got hit, him and his brother. My condolences to their family for the Calgary Flames. So, PFC versus Lyra, Zelina, and Natty. Objectively, it was a good match. It was a good 6-woman tag match. All of them highlighted. I'm just such not a Natty fan. She had control of most of the match. They let her come back and run the match. She got the sharpshooter. The sharpshooter wasn't even the shit, but the way that Lyra and Zelina put the submissions on the other two, it was cool. And so she got the pin. Of course, she's going to get the pin in Calgary. I don't know why I thought she was going to turn in Calgary. I don't think that would have worked. So she won. But the thing that I was thinking about for this match and after this match, did Zelina finally pick up a victory? Zelina Vega hasn't won on Raw in years. Years, you say? Years. So Zelina Vega finally got a victory on Raw. I'm happy for her. Well, actually, she's had like 2 victories this year. Because I think she beat Sonya Deville. So then we got Drew come out. Best promo from Drew McIntyre in his feud. Like, I love their promos. Right? I love their fighting. But this is probably the best promo I've seen from Drew. And he was talking his shit, saying that Punk's out of there, gave his reasons, which were accurate. Punk has cost him 3 times. But then Drew went after Barrett. And I said, oh, does that mean that they teasing that? Is Barrett ready to come back out? Like, you tried to block me. You tried to stop me. Don't do that shit no more, cuz. We friends. And Barrett ain't gonna back down. Barrett a big boy too. Who you talking to like that, son? So I like that. And then Adam Pearce comes. And Adam Pearce makes Hell in the Cell for Bad Blood, which is gonna be pretty fucking good. And I'm wondering, because Bad Blood got a lot of matches shaping up. It don't feel like it's gonna be 5 matches. It don't feel like it's just gonna be Finn Priest, Hell in the Cell, Liv, Cody gonna wrestle, Braun Breaker, and Jay. We get to that. Gunther and Sammy. They probably got a triple threat with Andrade, Carmelo, and LA Knight. So, and then you might get a Roman solo match. So, Bad Blood is looking like it's going to have at least 7 or 8 matches, which I ain't mad at. The Miz, Cross, and New Day segment. Cross talking to Miz. Miz like, look, man, I know what I need to do. Yeah, you're going to get beat up by Bronson Reed if you wrestle him next week. but that don't mean go to Karrion Kross. Until Karrion Kross show me something different. And they trying. I give you time. But I'll let you know where you at right now. You suck right now. So we'll see. Xavier Woods, now since Odyssey Jones is gone, I guess now the New Day is fighting for the tag titles next week. That's interesting. Maybe Xavier still turns on Kofi. What y'all think? Y'all think they still gonna let Xavier turn on Kofi? And then they can have that match at Bad Blood. Whew, man. Ray and Finn, good match, good solid match. These two wrestlers are very experienced, very grown, very mature in the ring. Finn won by disqualification. He had him up in the ropes. And I really like this. I usually don't like DQ finishes, but Finn needed to be nasty. Finn needed to be dirty. Finn needed to be Prince Devitt. And then he drop kicked him like 2 or 3 times after the match was over. Finn needs to be Finn, especially if he's going to fight Priest. I think he's going to beat Priest too. Right now, I think he's going to beat. He has to, right? Priest can't beat everybody in the Judgment Day. Just boom, 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 boom. Then what? So I think Finn's going to beat Priest by some shenanigans. What I definitely liked at this time, after this match, they pretty much went straight to the main event. They pretty much went to the Ilya interview with Uso, right? But and then the Braun Breaker. So they brought out Jay, right? They brought out Jay Uso. Then they went to a Judgment Day promo, which I think they're setting up a good video package for their match. I liked it. I liked how all of them was. I like Carlito at the end said, cool. That was powerful to me. Liv was powerful to me. Finn was powerful for me. And I like what Judgment Day did in this segment. We got Frazier and Axiom versus the Street Profits tomorrow. It was supposed to be MSK or the Rascals, but probably they got taken out. So I'm thinking Wesley probably jumped them, took them out of it. So we got the Street Profits. Interesting. Would I give the Street Profits the titles? Probably. But that's like a New Day rehash. They're not going to keep them long. And Axiom and Nathan Frazier just lost the titles and won them back. So I'll go with Axiom and Nathan Frazier. Next week, we got Judgment Day versus the New Day. That's why I say maybe Xavier Woods turns on Kofi or leaves Kofi high and dry. Punk returns next week as well after the Hell in a Cell announcement. So now you got Uso, Ilya, Dunn, and Braun. And one thing I also saw, I like how they just have people wrestling. It's not really, unless it's like a feud, you have heels versus heels, faces versus face, wrestlers versus wrestlers trying to climb the ladder. And in this match, you had 3 faces and 1 heel. And I was thinking, like, Jay hasn't been on a pay-per-view since Money in the Bank. So when I was thinking Ilya, I realized Jay needs to be on a pay-per-view. Jay needs to be popped up. And this was high. This was good. I like that they had these 4 in the main event. Once again, it wasn't a champion. It wasn't it was a championship contenders match. And it had a lot of it had a lot at stake. And you had Peter Dunne, you had Ilya, you had Jay Uso, and you had Braun. 4 wrestlers besides Jay. Jay's been in the main event. I think he was in the main event last week, right? But these other 3 have not been in main events. So to give them the last match of the night, let them show what they got. This was an awesome match. High impact. Ilya really impressed me. I really paid attention to Ilya. He has a nice move set. Peter Dunne has they have distinct move sets. Braun has his move set, but it's more power. Jay, I still think Jay needs to increase his move set. So, you got the match going. Everything was good. And Braun was out on the outside, and all of a sudden, boom, here comes Bronson Reed. Splash on the table. Holy shit. Bronson Reed is a beast. Bronson Reed. So how are they going to get Bronson Reed to the upper echelon? possibly winning the championship. Could y'all see Bronson Reed winning the championship in the next year? Money in the Bank, maybe? Not bad. But he splashed him on the table a little bit more. You got Uso with the spear. Peter Dunne throws him out the ring. Thought he got the pin on Ilya. Ilya comes back, hits him with a power bomb, gives him an H-bomb. Then he gets super kicked, thrown out the ring. Uso splash. Jey Uso wins for the #1 contendership against Bron Breakker, which I see happening at Bad Blood. They better not put that match on Raw. You got to give Jey Uso a pay-per-view match, bro. Like, you got to give Jey Uso a pay-per-view match. That would be bogus if you didn't. But my question is, can he win it? Bron Breakker just won this title at SummerSlam. Early August. This is October. Now, Bron Breakker has a history of losing and learning from his mistakes. But if they do that, that means Jey Uso's not going to be in the Survivor Series match. Unless the rematch is on Raw and the Bloodline comes and beat up Jey. But I think Jey Uso needs to win a singles title soon. Jey Uso's so over, he needs to win a single champ, even if it's for a month. He won the tag titles. They didn't keep the tag titles long with him and Cody. But if you keep having Jey Uso fight for these titles and never winning, what's the point? See, like Dom didn't fight for the world title. Dom didn't fight for the IC title. He fought and lost. It's different. But Jey Uso being somebody that's so over, he needs to win. Jey Uso needs to win. But that's my Raw recap. Bad Blood is taking shape. We got until the beginning of October 5th. So we got about, 3-4 weeks? Something like that. So this is going to be very interesting to see how they build this up. A lot of matches are already built. A lot of matches are coming up. We got SmackDown season premiere on USA Friday. We got Solo and Cody in a steel cage. And I was like, well, really? Like, after they do Swerve and Hangman in the steel cage, now y'all want to do Solo and Cody in the steel cage? Interesting. But we all assume Roman coming. We all assume the Tribal Chief. Put your ones up. Tribal Chief is coming this Friday on SmackDown on USA. I would give this show 3.5 out of 5 ships. I really enjoyed it. Even the promos weren't too boring. They set up, like, I love the Finn Balor promo. I love the Gunther and Bret Hart exchange. I love Drew McIntyre. So I'm not mad at the promos. The matches, you started off with American Made versus the Wyatts in a street fight. And then you ended with that fatal 4-way. And the thing is, you want to have matches that's so good that you forget about other matches. Now, even the 6-man woman match was good. Bianca and Jade was not a bad match. How many matches did we have tonight, bro? We had 1, 2. Ray and Finn was good. Dragon Lee and Dom was okay. So that's 3 matches, 4 matches, 5, 6 matches tonight. On a 3-hour show, you had 6 matches. And all of them was pretty good. None of them was super trash. None of them was trash to me. So I would give this show about 3.5 out of 5 ships, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to watch NXT tomorrow. We're going to definitely see AEW on Wednesday. And then, of course, Friday, we got SmackDown. It's your boy, Spaceship Awaits the Incredible. This is in this corner. My Raw recap for September 9th, 2024. I appreciate y'all talking some wrestling with me. I love y'all so much. Make sure y'all share, subscribe to the Wild Out Radio on YouTube. Peace, man. I'm out to stay. I'll see y'all later.